Welcome to the Rick Bork channel, where the beer's always cold, language fucking sucks, my shit's always broken, your opinion doesn't matter, and Borkfest 2022 is July 29th and 30th. What are you doing today, Rick? Well, we're going to work on Old Blue 2003 Ford F-250 with a 5.4 in it. We're going to change oil, probably fix a tire, and I got a whole bunch of tools in the back that we got to get out of here from when I quit my job. Loving every minute of it. Yeah, so that's got some stuff in it. This is going to be a service truck. That's why the service body's down there. If you're not familiar with the previous videos where we bought the truck from old fucking Squatch 253 over there, where we fucking did the delete on the factory truck bed, installed the fucking service body and did brakes and all that stuff. I'll try to pop some links up somewhere in one of them areas. Yeah, we'll do that. So, let's get into it, shall we? Huh. I was gonna go under that direction, but I'm a little thick for that. I'm blaming it on the low tire. I'm gonna say it's because the tire's low and I can't fit underneath there. That's what I'm gonna go with. This is why we put bigger tires on the trucks, because that way my fat butt can fit underneath there. Let's jack this thing up. I do have to say I like these Napa service jacks. They are pretty damn nice. No paid sponsorships on the Rick Bork channel. I'm not pandering to any company or corporation for your fucking opinion or your money. Fuck it. Okay. Jack stand. For safety purposes. Insurance. Cheap life insurance right there. And I'll leave the jack there. Double security. Let's see if I fit this time. This is why I'm building a hoist. Stay tuned for the videos. You notice I said building, not buying. We're building. There we go. So you'll need a 16mm wrench on this vehicle. Try not to drop your drain plug, because then you'll have to fish it out of the oil. I like the lever right there on the side. They need to put a little shelf in one of these drain pans. These green drain pans from O'Reilly Auto Parts, I actually like those. I don't usually like much from O'Reilly, but those green drain pans. Made in the USA. Flow Tools. Or Flow Tool. I like them. We're going to have to get grease on the front end and all the other stuff. It's a little warm in here. It drained out quick. Oh yeah! She's thick. Or thin, I mean. And it was about a quart low. Fuck it, whatever. Used it a little bit. So I do need to do the front shocks on this at some point. We did rear shocks when we did the brakes and all that stuff. Doesn't hurt to give her a little side to side, check front end, all that stuff. Tires. Let's talk tires. I kind of don't feel like changing them today, and they're not. Summer's coming. I think we'll make it through the summer on them, right? Let's say that. That white Chevy's up here for parts. That's a different story for another time, but the tires off of that are two 85, 65, 16s, right? 285, 75. Well, I don't know, whatever. It doesn't matter. That one leaks, but that's okay. I'm not sure where it leaks from, but we'll get that one off and see if we can patch it. 285, 75, 16s. So the rear end that's in this truck is the same as the rear end that's in that truck. That truck has a bad rear end. That truck has a good rear end. So I sold that gentleman the rear end from this truck. And I'll explain where, why, and how that came about. That white truck came about another time. Another video for another day. Those tires would go nicely on here. These are 265s, so the 285s would be a little bit bigger. Big deal. Not a big deal. A little more ground clearance for me to fit underneath there. But I think the tires are in good enough condition that we're going to run them for the summer anyway. Probably put a new set on in the fall, or the other set on the fall. I'll pull that left front one off that truck and see what's wrong with it. And then we'll make a decision there. I do have another set for this as well. There's a spare set up there, and I have another set available as well. So right now we have the spare on, which has been on here for, I don't know, months. This spare was brand new. It was underneath the truck. I cut it off the carrier so it would be free. So we should probably fix the factory tire, see what's wrong with that. So let's get into it. All right, so somewhere's in here. There's a can't quite get a hold of what's in that tire. Hey, maybe now we can. Move from this way. There we go. That little piece. So one thing I do need to get a good tire plug kit. This is just one of them cheap bastards from like a Harbor Freight kind of deal. There's a place around here called Unclaimed Freight. They have a bunch of that shit. I think that's where this one came from. Trying to be out reaming that sumbitch out real good. "90 degree, pull that sumbitch out real quick. That way you're not trying to pull that plug back out. You want it to wad up in front of the hole and come off the tool. And cut your tire plug off. We'll air this thing up. It's the back tire, so it's going to go to 80 psi. And then we'll double check it for leaks. So there's the plug. Little spray bottle with some water in it. If it's leaking, it'll bubble. You can use soapy water if you want to. In this instance, there's no need to, and I don't have another bottle laying around for soapy water. One thing I should probably make clear, because I know some people that watch my channel want to get work done. I don't do tire work. None of it. It's not worth it. It doesn't make me any money. Tire work is made for the new kid that's either working after school or just out of high school. That's making $8 an hour. I know it's 15, but we'll get into that another time. That's what tire work is for. That ain't for me. I'm not. I'm a straight rate guy, so if I'm gonna work on your tire, I'm gonna charge you straight rate, and you're better off taking it somewhere else. I don't do a lot of maintenance. I will do maintenance for my base customers, but I'm not a walk-in service kind of guy. If you're only needing an oil change, I would actually encourage you to find a local station that'll service it for you. Take care of your major repair needs, your brakes, your tune-ups, and all that stuff at a far better price than anyone around. But again, oil changes, they don't make me any money. I'm only going backwards. If it's in here for something else and you want to throw an oil change on top of it, hell yeah, I'll do it. But it's not, it's one of those things where, like I said, for my base customers, yes, I will. We'll keep all your service here, but the majority of the time on your services, you're better off to take it to your local station. It's going to be more convenient for you, and it's just me telling you the honest fucking truth. So I'm gonna climb underneath there, put the plug back in. We'll get a filter for it. We'll put some oil in this thing. Okay, I'll spare you the boring details of climbing back underneath there and putting the drain plug in, spinning a filter on it. The filter is a Napa Gold 1372. In the Select Series, it would be a 21372. Go with the Gold Series. Come on now. Couple bucks. We are gonna, because per Luke Strasser's advice, it's above 0 degree cold starts now, so which means we're not starting this thing at below 0. So we're gonna be running 1540 in this, and she'll run out nice and smooth, and it'll sound nice and quiet. So okay, always make sure you wipe out your funnel. Just get the debris out of there, whatever. When I was kicking around down on the pole barn, if you guys, from the member side, you guys seen the walkthrough in the pole barn, we found the couple jugs of the old fucking 1540 Rotella down there. It's got about 6.5 quarts between the two of them. This holds 6. Dumping it all in. Being half a quart overfull on this thing. And it uses a little bit because, well, frankly, she gets a workout. I don't do too much towing with this. At least not like interstate type towing, because an E4OD with the overdrive off the tow is basically a 3-speed transmission. The old white whale out there has a 6-speed in it. Even if you turn the overdrive off while you put it in tow haul, it still has overdrive. This you can't tow with it in overdrive. You'll burn the overdrive clutch right out of the thing. They're a good transmission. You know, we can talk about whether they're good or bad. It's just a 3-speed for towing. But I've seen people put plenty of power through them, and them fuckers will hold up. They'll have their problems just like anything else, but... And little Rotella tea in this thing. She'll be nice and quiet. And these are probably, I shouldn't say that. Sometimes Bob and Wendy refilled gallon jugs. They just kept them on hand. But that one cracked the seal, so these are probably brand new. Because the gallon jugs are easier to handle, so they'd buy either 5-gallon buckets or 55-gallon drum, depending on the time, and then they'd fill gallon jugs with it. There used to be dozens of gallon jugs down there that they kept refilling, and I finally just got rid of them all. So essentially, we got a bonus oil change out of digging around in the pole barn. kick ass. I let that funnel drain out for a little bit. That 1540 is a little... I just went down to the pole barn and got it, so it's a little bit thick. Another thing, I think I've mentioned this in previous videos working on this truck. It's just kind of there's the max line, there's the min line, and that's kind of the happy spot on these things. You can put it to the max level, it's gone, disappears. Leave it right there, it'll stay there the whole time. Pretty much that seam on the tank, on that end. Where does it go? I have no fucking idea. Heater still works, never runs hot, but you overfill it like that, it's gone. It's gone. And 6.5 quarts in that older 6-quart system isn't going to hurt anything. That truck doesn't care. Some of these newer vehicles, absolutely. You can be a quarter over, and it's going to push it out of a seal or blow it out the exhaust. They're running everything on such close tolerances anymore that you can't get away with that. On this thing, it doesn't care. It's probably going to burn it up in the first half of the oil change anyway, so I think we'll put that tire on and check out the brakes, see how they're holding up, because Luke, I appreciate you, man. If you guys aren't familiar with Luke Strasser that sent the brakes and we did all the brake work on there, maybe up above I'll try to pop up a link, or maybe in the description down below. I gotta get better at that stuff, doing the cards up there and then stuff in the description. That way y'all can fucking find your way around and whatnot. Try to, you know, I don't know. I'll try to get better at it. I will. I swear to God. All right, so I got the tire off over here. Before I throw it back on, I was going to give you an update on the brakes here. Well, you can see the brake surface is, well, it hasn't been driven in a few days, a couple weeks now, and it doesn't take long in this climate to flash rust them bastards just like that. So they got flash rust on them, but you can tell the coating part doesn't. The middle, I don't know how well it gets coated anyway because of those fins, but the outside part ain't bad. The caliper looks good and everything like that, so I won't complain. The undercoating, I don't think the undercoating, I don't know, fucking, it's hard to tell if it's gone, but it sure as hell looks like it. That cheap Permatex undercoating that I put on there. Pretty much seems like it's fucking gone, so. And it was discounted, cheap, and it is what it is. In all reality, all these trucks that I got around here should probably get fucking pressure washed and coated once a year. I gotta find a good way of doing that, you know, and it could be probably be a little bit of a side job as well. A guy could make a couple of bucks on, but Obviously the fucking undercoating shit in the can ain't gonna cut it. It didn't do it. I had that whole frame covered real nice. Whatever. It is what it is. Live and learn, right? I had like 30 bucks into the whole thing. So if it preserved it for one winter, then the hell with it. So I'm gonna throw that tire back on. All right, so in every video I try to make it a point to either give people one more thing to bitch about or one less thing to bitch about, and usually it's one more, so that way it's like 3 to 1 or something. But for this video, at least, we'll go with one less. There was a lot of comments about how the bumper needed some more paint. Well, fine, fuck it, I got a can of black paint laying around, let's do it. I can, so I sprayed her down with brake cleaner and wiped it off. This is Ace Interior Exterior Premium Paint and Primer. Gloss enamel. Fuck it, good enough. There's some Rust-Oleum stuff buried in the back there, but I didn't feel like digging out the other cans to get it out of there, so fuck it, this one will work. You gonna mask anything off, Rick? Fuck no. If we give her a shot of spray paint every oil change, it'll be good to go, right? There you go. How's that? I mean, fuck it looks. Well, it just fucking look at. I mean, come on, look at that shit. I mean, just fucking professional. Where's the camera? I don't know where the camera's pointing. Look at how professional that shit looks. And that's something. Maybe the next time it's in here, we'll touch up the box. So then technically we broke even. You don't even have to. Yeah, I mean, it's where I gave you one, but you're not getting the other. Also, this one's just for you, Luke. That one's for you, bud. Paint runs. If you guys like what I'm doing, throw me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, ring the bell, get my notifications. Memberships are down there if you want one, and I do appreciate it. Because Luke's probably going to take his back. We'll see you guys again next time.